This video is brought to you by CatBeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Hey, what's up everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be performing and then teaching you this really cool no setup card trick that is perfect for anyone to perform, especially if you are a beginner out there. This is a great card trick to learn and impress everyone with. But before we get into this performance, I just want to give a thank you to CatBeast for sponsoring this video. They have an awesome website where you can customize a variety of hats to your style, and I will be leaving the link in the description to catbeast.com, so make sure you do check them out. And if you are new here to my channel, make sure you do subscribe with those post notifications on for more card and magic trick videos like this one. And now let's get straight into this performance. Okay, so I'd start off this trick by having my spectator shuffle up the deck as much as they want to. And once they're done shuffling, I would ask for the cards back and have my spectator make a selection. So let's say they choose this card right here. And for this trick, we can take a look at the card together. So in this case, we have the Ace of Diamonds as my spectator selection. Now, we're going to take your card, the Ace of Diamonds, and we're just going to lose it somewhere into the middle of the pack, because the ultimate goal of this trick is just to lose my spectator's card deep into the middle of the deck. I'll also give the cards a quick riffle shuffle as well. And just for good measure, I will give the cards a couple of cuts like that. Now at this point, your selection, the Ace of Diamonds, is definitely lost deep in the deck. As you can see, it's not on the bottom of the deck there, and it's also not on the top. We have the Jack of Spades there on the top. So your card is certainly lost deep somewhere, into the middle of the deck. Now, at this point, guys, I'm going to prove that my spectator has some magical powers when it comes to this card trick, because a lot of the times in card tricks, it seems as if the magician has the power in the trick, but I'm going to prove to you right now that the spectator has quite a bit of power when it comes to this card trick. So basically, I'm going to riffle down the side of the deck like this, and I would have my spectator call stop anywhere they want to as I riffle down the side. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And if I had a spectator here, once again, they could call stop anywhere. So let's say my spectator calls stop right here, completely random spot and a free spot where they called stop. And I'm going to prove to you that my spectator didn't call stop at just a random spot. They actually called stop right where their selection was, the Ace of Diamonds. So guys, that is the trick. I hope you enjoyed this beginner level card trick, and if you want to learn how to do this one, I highly recommend you stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance, and the card trick that I'm teaching here is a variation of the most viewed card trick video on my channel. I wanted to make this video because there are quite a few ways you can go about performing this trick that involves your spectator calling stop where their selection is. It's an excellent no setup beginner level card trick, and right now I'm going to teach you the exact way I perform this trick in the performance, and then like I said, I'm going to talk about a couple of variations you can do with this trick that will get some, amazing reactions from your spectator and have a similar effect. So you're going to start off this trick by having your spectator shuffle up the deck as much as they want to, because like I mentioned, this is a completely no setup trick, which is, amazing for beginners, especially because you can just take out your deck of cards, have your spectator shuffle them, and you're ready to go. So once you are done shuffling, you're going to have your spectator choose a card. They do have a completely free selection, which is great, so they can choose any card they want to. And once they have chosen their card, you can see it as well. So you're going to go ahead and have them turn over the card. You're both going to take a look at it. In this case, we have the Nine of Spades. Now from here, after they have chosen their card, all you need to do is control their card to the top of the deck using any method you want to. I'm going to show you guys what I did in a performance. It's quite simple. So I put the card in, came over with my other hand, pushed down on the card, and then upwards at the same time. I got this natural thumb break, and then transferred it over to a pinky break in my other hand and just cut the card to the top. So I took half the cards from the top of the break, set those down, took the rest of the cards, set those down, took the final pack, placed that on top, and you've just controlled their card to the top of the deck. And you guys can also do a double undercut. I'm sure a lot of you know what that is. You just place the card in, come over, do the same thing, and you just cut the card right there to the top like that. Either way, you're going to have their selection on top of the deck and you're ready to move on. So you're going to tell them, at this point, your card is really lost in the deck, but I'm going to make it even more lost. But, in reality, it's on top. They obviously don't know that. You can just do a riffle shuffle, maintaining their card on top like that. You guys can do some false cuts. If you don't know how to do any false cuts, don't worry. I'll leave a link on the screen right now to me teaching you guys 3 false cuts that you can do. So either way, you just want to make it seem like you're mixing up the deck and losing their card in the middle, but in reality, it's going to stay there on top. Now, what you can do here is optional, but I like to do it because it reassures your spectator that their selection is not on top when in reality it is. So you can just show them, okay, as you can see, your card, the 9 of spades, is not here on the bottom. And then when you get to the top, this is where you do your double lift, because obviously if you just turn over the top card, it is their selection and you do not want them to see that. So what you can do is after you show them the bottom card is not their selection, you're going to go ahead and do your double lift. You're basically turning over 2 cards as one. If you want an in-depth tutorial on this move, I'll leave a link on the screen right now to Hester23BearCH, giving you guys a great tutorial on a double lift. But if you do know how to do it, you're going to perform your double lift. Remember, you're turning over 2 cards as one, just like this. And at this point, you're going to say, okay, your card, the 9 of spades, is not on top, as you can see. In this case, you have the 10 of spades. In reality, you have 2 cards turned over there. Keep them as square as possible. You're going to turn over the double, just like this. And from here, you're basically ready to do the last move, which is the slip force. And at this point, you're going to tell your spectator that they actually have quite a bit of power when it comes to card tricks, especially this one. Just something along the lines of that. It kind of gets you ready to do the move. So you're going to tell them they are going to call stop anywhere they want to as you're riffling down the side. You're going to get in position to do the slip force. I will also leave a link on the screen right now to me giving a tutorial on the slip force, and it's an in-depth tutorial on the grip and everything like that. I'm not going to go too in-depth right now, but it's quite easy to do. You're applying pressure with your 3 fingers here on the top card, which is their selection. Your index is coiled on the back, and you're going to riffle down the side with your thumb. Wherever your spectator calls stop, you're lifting up very quickly. You're lifting up this top portion, and you're literally just sliding off that top card, which is their selection. And if you do it quickly, it seems that they just, called stop anywhere and you're showing them the card where they called stop. But in reality, you're forcing that top card, which is their selection. One more time, you're doing your slip force. Wherever your spectator calls stop, you lift up, you're sliding off the top card just like that. And you're going to tell your spectator, okay, you could have called stop anywhere you wanted to, and you actually called stop right where your selection was, in this case, the 9 of spades. They will be blown away. They will have no idea how they actually called stop where their selection was. And remember, practice the slip force, practice your double lift, because you want to make both of those moves seem completely smooth. And I'm going to talk about two variations here. They're quite quick, and I recommend you guys stick around for this part because it's just a little bit different way you can go about performing this trick. So another variation, what you can do here, you can start off, you have your spectator shuffle up the deck as much as they want to. And this is the actual way I performed the trick in my most viewed video, like I mentioned earlier. So this is what you do. You actually start off with doing a double lift. So you're going to tell your spectator, okay, the top card is going to go ahead and be your selection. You're going to start off by doing your double lift, just like this. And in this case, is the 5 of spades, the second to top card, because remember you did a double lift. You're going to tell your spectator, okay, we have your card here, the 5 of spades. We're going to turn it over and lose it in the middle of the deck. You're going to open up the deck, slide off the top card. They think it's the 5 of spades, but in reality, it's a random card. And you can now, basically, you're set up to do the part where you do the slip force. You can do a riffle shuffle, keep the card on top, their selection, just like that. You do your slip force, they call stop anywhere, and boom, you have just basically forced the card onto them, and it seems as if they called stop anywhere, and it's somehow where their selection was. But in reality, remember, it was on top. And then you did your slip force just like that. Remember to do the slip force move quickly. You want to make it seem clean like that. And then boom, that is the same effect. And one last thing I'm going to talk about here is incorporating a prediction into this trick that can take this effect to the next level, in my opinion. So this is what you'd do. You'd basically start off with a forced card on top of the deck. Let's say you start off with the Queen of Spades. Your prediction would be the Queen of Spades. You could just write it on a note card or something, place the note card in the card box, have the card box off to the side. You shuffle. This is not no setup at this point because you're going to have the deck at all times. You're going to shuffle, keep your prediction on top. And if you're doing this method, I actually don't recommend you do a slip force. I recommend you do a riffle force here because you don't want to do the same force twice. So remember, you have your prediction card on top. You're going to swing cut about half the deck. You're going to get a break there. Wherever your spectator calls stop, you're going to lift up from the break just like this. Force the card onto them because it's going to be your prediction, the Queen of Spades. You're going to lose it in the middle, but in reality, you can do one of those card controls. You can bring it right to the top. Do another riffle shuffle, maintaining it on top just like this. Card is going to stay on top. Then you do the slip force. You do the same thing. Your spectator calls stop anywhere. They're going to call stop right where their selection is. boom, Queen of Spades, and then you take it to the next level by revealing your prediction. That was the Queen of Spades the entire time, and your spectator will be absolutely blown away if you do that. So I hope everything I explained in this tutorial made sense. I just wanted to give you guys a lot of options when it comes to this trick. I'm sure there are, still other ways you can do it. Let me know if you come up with other ways in the comment section below, and I definitely recommend you guys give one of these methods a try, if not all of them. I hope everything I explained made sense. This was more of a beginner level tailored video, so I hope everything, like I said, made sense in this video. I definitely hope you got some value out of it. Make sure to give one of these tricks a try. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you all in my next video. Peace out.